What's up, fellow Clashers? It's Apollyon here, bringing you a cleanup attack. I got a 98%. Mine actually was a cleanup attack. It was hit once before, but it was a very low percentage attack. I think a 60%, in which a lot of the giant bombs were not triggered and just wasn't the best scout that was possible. It is pretty much, I think if I'm looking at this base, a max Town Hall 9 as far as the defenses. Looking at all the buildings, I see all buildings completely max except for the walls. So you know, I was happy to get the percentage that I did. I had a really good plan, as you'll see, that just wasn't executed exactly how it should have been with some of the spells and some of the deployments of the hogs. But anyway, the whole idea is to start the Queen Walk at the 3 o'clock to walk all the way up to noon, trigger the clan castle, which is a simple clan castle. You can see right here that all I have to do is drop a giant in there, and then I'm going to go ahead and start my phase 2 once the clan castle is dead with just a regular VaHo up at the 9 o'clock compartment, and I'll use a couple minions to start that funneling, and then go ahead and let the kill squad come in with a jump and 2 heals, and send in some hogs on the back end to go ahead and help them out. So I'm not sure I even had to use my rage. I'll have to check this thing out again, but we've got the queen going in here with the healers, and I drop a wizard just to make sure that she goes the way I want her to. I want her to walk up to that noon compartment, and that's exactly what she's going to do. Drop the giant in there to trigger the clan castle, and I got to wait till the clan castle is taken care of. I've learned my lesson with the poison. I'll use that runway poison. I should have dropped the first poison a little farther back. Didn't get much value out of that, but it's okay because I do drop a rage, and I'm able to take out this entire clan castle with the poison and the queen without using the ability, which is always nice. I look at what kind of defenses I have to go against, and I'm only going to be standing in 2-point defenses at any given time. Drop the minion. There goes one with that gets killed by the air bomb, which this is one of the main problems here that's tweaked, is as soon as that queen is doing her thing against that clan castle, I needed to start this funneling. I've lost probably about 15 seconds of time, which since I only lost by a second or two, that would have made the difference between a 2 and a 3 star, and that's what I needed to do. One of the big things that I needed to do, and they're going to go ahead and do the funneling. And also, I should have dropped the other minion in a lot quicker too, to keep that funneling going. At this point, my queen's doing her thing. I can go ahead and use the ability if I need to. She does jump out of those double point defenses, so she's fine. The Valkyries do their thing. They're getting in there with they take out the queen in one swipe. Going to drop a heal and a jump at the same time there to go ahead and push them through. Make sure that everything's going fine with all that point defenses that's coming down upon them. And I don't drop a good amount of hogs up top here. I don't do a good job. I should have dropped like 3 and 3 of the hogs up top, and instead I just drop a 3 and 1, which they get pretty much demolished there. And these Valks are going and trying to bust through, which is another problem here with time. So the queen is fine. She's going to do her thing up top. The king I drop in way late, so he's going to end up doing a walk. I forgot to drop my king in with the Valkyries, and again, another thing of time sink where it's just a waste, almost a waste of the troops. He does clean up some trash buildings, which is good, but I could have got more value out of him. And then I finally used some more hogs there. Not the best hog deployment there. They do trip a single giant bomb by itself, which is always good. Use that heal, which could have been targeted a little bit lower, but I wanted to catch those Valkyries, so I did actually want those Valkyries to gain that access. I could have dropped it a little bit lower and gained some more benefit out of that heal. And we've got the enemy Barbarian King that's going to be taken up by this queen. Those hogs trip another single giant bomb there. And we've got the hogs coming in on the bottom. Wizard's doing his thing, and I don't know what I was thinking at this point, because if you take a look, there is a builder hut, which I totally forgot about. I have an archer that was brought specifically for that builder hut, and I end up just looking at the way this is going, and I'm like, where should I drop my archer? And then I drop it on the bottom, which is just completely worthless. And those hogs also died to that last giant bomb, which makes a huge difference here as well. I've got plenty of troops. The troops is absolutely no problem. I've got a Valkyries under heal, a full queen, and every building is down. That air defense needs to go down. but they just don't get it in enough time. And I am short by the air defense, which would have gone down in one hit, and then if I drop the archer up top, it would have gone down by the time that kill squad was finished with the base. So anyway, that is how you get a 2-star 98%. Let's go ahead and take a look at how you actually should get a 3-star using the exact same composition and basically same everything, but just doing it more efficiently and better. Alright, there we go. So we're going to check out Tanner doing almost the exact same thing as me. He actually triggers the clan castle a little later, but you know, whatever he's comfortable with. I didn't start the minion. The whole reason why I didn't start this minion funnel was because I didn't want a time sink for my clan castle. See, this is the one big mistake I think he makes. He still gets a 3-star by far and does a better attack by me, but the reason I didn't send my minions up top is because I didn't want my clan castle to go ahead and start bouncing between these minions and waste time and take them out. I wanted to get the most value out of them as possible. Drops the minion on a test, which was surprising because, I mean, this is a cleanup attack, so you should have known there was a Tesla there and it would have died instantly. So anyway, we've got the minion funneling up top. Queen's doing her thing, and I would have tripped the clan castle a long time ago. That minion is going to go ahead and he's going to use the balloon to trip the baby dragon, which is fine if that's what you wanted to do. I don't quite understand that as well, but trips the rest of the clan castle, and then it's going to go take out that minion, and he's got an archer here, and I guess he wants them to do like a around the horn type of thing and come in and make sure they're coming in on the queen side is the only thing I can think of. Does drop some nice poisons there to go ahead and, or at least one poison to go ahead and take out this clan castle. Standing in rage, it's going to be no problem for them to do that. And he decides to use a loon instead of a minion for that bottom mortar on the 9 o'clock area, which the minion worked fine for me. So I wanted to save some space, but the queen's doing her thing. There's no danger of losing that. Drops the same thing that I did as far as the Valkyries and wall breakers to get in there, but drops the king there. So that's another huge difference. That king is not going to go walking. It's going to come in the compartment with the rest of those Valkyries, which is always a good thing. Drops the heal and the jump, almost the same spot. Jumps a little bit nicer than where I put mine. And then he drops a better amount of hogs to go ahead and take these defenses out so these Valkyries don't start walking up all the way. They will take out these buildings there, and then they'll start rerouting down a lot quicker. Queen takes out that top trash elixir. So now it's just time for the hogs to go ahead and funnel for the Valks to make sure they get into where they need to be. So we've got the healer switch on the Valks and hogs, which is just perfect as well. It's almost like you have a remote control and you can control them that way. And they're going to hit a giant bomb and pretty much get taken out, I think, in just a little bit. But has some hogs coming in helping out those Valkyries, which is going to again reroute them back and make them go towards the 6 o'clock compartment. He's got just 3 hogs that I think here, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to make it. The queen is helping out with that air defense. Actually, you know what? She took out the pathing from that giant bomb spot, so they do not make it, but that's just fine because she still had the queen ability there to use, and we've got tons of Valkyries. Oh, and that archer tower was taken out to build her hut up top. I don't think I showed that, but or the minion was something like that. So this base is completely crushed. So using almost exactly the same army composition, just tweaking it a little bit other than me, and you know, getting that 3-star. I love to watch that. It makes me feel so much better when I know that my attack strategy was a really good, sound strategy, and that you know, just executed a little bit better and properly would have been an easy 3 stars. So I'm so happy when people hit a cleanup base on my attack with the same composition and get the 3 stars. So at least it makes me feel a little bit better, and I know that my thinking process was correct in the whole thing. So anyway, hopefully you guys checked out the recap of this war, and I do have that on a separate video. And you know, Just get used to, watching replays, figuring out where all the defenses and the bombs are, figuring out if somebody gets anything higher than a 90%, you should be able to tweak that, especially if it's done on time. You should be able to tweak that attack ever so slightly and get that extra anywhere from 10 to 9% difference, so, or 2 to 10%, whatever you want to say, to get that 3 stars there. So go ahead, practice these things, get used to the compositions, get used to the deployment, get used to looking at a base that's been hit and how you would tweak it a little bit. Get those 6-star clan wars, practice those 3-star attacks, and go ahead, like, subscribe, and share with your clanmates if you enjoy it, and let me know what else that you guys want to see.